We go. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Happy Wednesday, middle of the week. It is March 4th, March 5th, March 5th. Wow, this year is flying by, guys. It's going to be April in no time. I'm expecting some birthday presents, guys. I'm just kidding. I like this 15-minute supply up here, and huge reason. Also, guys, look at this, by the way. This was our pre-market level we were looking at yesterday. We didn't hit this gap fill and price level till 3:15 in the afternoon. So we didn't reverse till 11:15, and then for 4 hours, we pushed higher till we finally filled the gap and rejected the supply zone. So I'm going to be looking to see. Oh, it's a little. What's up, Brody? Let's see. I was just going over. We finally got. You remember yesterday pre-market? I wanted ES to open like somewhere over here, so the gap fill was a 0.39 size, but it didn't. It opened down here, and we sold off for a while. Then we reversed and pumped all the way back up, hit that gap fill, hit that supply zone, and rejected. Something I noticed, guys, past few days. Check this out. Look in the afternoons. So this bull run started at 11:30. Even right here, 1:30 bull run. Day prior, we sold off up until the last little bit of the day. The day before that, same thing, choppy price action till about 2, and that's when the market decided to rally. And before that, it was bearish again until we reversed in the afternoon. So what I'm getting from this, guys, is that there's a good chance that if we maybe consolidate when we open or we sell off when we open. So those are the two things I'm going to be looking for. Yo, morning, John. What's going on? All right, we got our 15-minute supply up here. This is the zone I'm looking for shorts today on ES. Let's also find our gap fill price, because that has been treating us pretty well lately. Ooh, gap fill's right here. Oh, womp womp. All right, this is our gap. Let's check now our daily. We haven't broken previous day high or previous day low yet. So let's delete this. This is yesterday's open. We're going to move this to today's open. What's that orange price level? Probably. I'm thinking if I want to delete this or not. The problem is it did work pretty well as a key level, but so did this orange one below it. But not so much on that orange one. This one's better off down here. So you see how that sort of broadens our range? Support, broke it, support, broke it, support, broke it. So maybe support down here. Let's take a look now at some lower time frames. We're checking out the ES this morning, guys. For those who trade options, this would be the SPY. That's previous day high. This is no longer buy side liquidity. We have our 2-hour supply zone here. We're probably going to be trading off of that 15-minute supply zone. Now, if we do break this zone here, then we're going to be looking for a retest. So let's see. So a few things I'm looking for. Bring it to the 15. Well, it looks like we're still just going to continue dumping. But let's mark out previous day low actually first. This is previous day low, and look at how it held that 90-minute demand zone that I had. I do want to make sure that that is a valid demand zone, that it wasn't moved from a gap or something like that, which it sort of looks like it was. See that down back here? So what I'm going to do at that point is we're going to make this a little larger, and we're going to try to fix these demand zones down here so we could find some proper support. So first off, we did break this daily demand zone. I'm going to delete the key level part right here, but we're going to keep this grayed out area. Now, the reason for that is because, look, we held that area as support a few times. We had support. Wait, where are we? We had support. We had another support, and then we broke it. Now, what I want to see is that support flip to resistance. That's sort of what we're getting so far, right? So we already rejected it as resistance once. Now let's see if we could come back into it and reject it again. That's what I'm looking for today, guys. Now, if we do flip it, and what I was saying before was if by chance we want to flip it and reverse this trend back higher, I would look for us to break this supply zone maybe even break that 58.80 and then create some type of new imbalance or maybe a 15 or 30-minute order block. Yeah, this is live. Restream is the platform we're on right now, Vez. So we're going to take that retest and then go for that. Oh, I wonder if that's why. I'll look into it. So this is what I'd look for any long positions. Right now, not really looking for longs, looking for shorts to continue. Our gap fill is right below where price currently is right now. This is our gap fill price. We're right next to it. So more than likely, we're going to fill the gap. And it's not really helping us with our trade setup either. Now, something else I would want to point out, this is our opening price. This is a broken demand zone we'll delete. It's previous day low. Is that no, it's not previous day low. No, it's not. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Let's see, 30-minute. I want to see if we have any demand zones that form down here. If a new demand zone formed somewhere down here, then I'll be able to sort of delete these and go about it. Got a little bit of a 1-hour demand zone, so let's delete this, delete this. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Right now, we are finding our range on ES and finding some potential setups to take. Demand. Now, I know I said this 90-minute demand was like gapped and broken and stuff like that, but it did surprisingly end up holding as support, so I'm not going to be deleting this. I do, however, wonder what this big trend line is right here. I don't see that trend line here. You see this gray one right here, or you're just going to delete that? Just trying to clean up the charts, guys. Got to make it look nice, because if you have too much on your screen, it's going to really have a strong sway on your bias, and you're going to have a difficult time trading. Say, oh, well, this should go long. Oh, well, this should go short. Got 2 daily demand zones below price. Let's check it out. Not really seeing any daily demand zones here. Is this a red candle? This is a green candle. This is where Trump was originally voted into office, right? So we're going to call this our Trump zone. Trump zone. Inside, center, perfect. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And we will keep it green because it is an area of support. Some questions. My chart. Dude, this is my daily chart. And I just can't manage to not find out. All right, so yeah, ES guys, we're probably going to be looking for continuation on that trend to the downside. We really want to see a break below that previous day low to add confirmation for these shorts. Other than that, let's see. What's this orange level? This orange level was a key level. Let's lock it so we don't accidentally move it or delete it or anything. Let's even make it blue. What's this? This purple level I want to look at. I'm pretty sure this purple level was a bookmap level at some point. Take a look at that down here. But remember, guys, bookmap levels change. Now this blue zone has 0 relevance, so we can delete that. Look how much cleaner the chart looks right now than where it was a few minutes ago. Even with these trend lines and these key levels, we got rid of some of the trend line, not trend, yeah, well, we had, what are these called? What do they call these? Horizontal rays. Horizontal ray versus trend line. So trend lines can get a bit messy, so we got rid of all the trend lines. We kept some horizontal rays for key levels, and we have our supply and demand zones too. So that's what I'm looking for today. And guys, don't forget, join me. Today's Wednesday, so 11:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to be hosting Futures Fever on Benzinga. You guys get a chance to win a free Apex account. Very cool stuff. We do have, so you guys see how I have a 15-minute supply zone here, but when I go to the 30-minute, it looks like I should have a 30-minute supply zone here. However, Look at the difference. I'm going to give you guys a second to look at the difference and tell me what you think. So here's the 30-minute. We have our basing. It rejected another supply zone. We had a strong sell-off. Okay, now we're going to look at the 15-minute. 15-minute, same thing. Basing, rejected a supply zone, strong sell-off, but here's the difference. ES on this 15-minute time frame had the strong sell-off, and then it had a continuation candle all the way back to its new demand. So this is our range we're looking at right now on ES. It is about a 75, 77 point range. That's what we're looking to trade today. Now let's see Bookmap on ES. Guys, you know what's really cool? A quick shout out here. There's no proper support. Yup, exactly. Go me, you got it. That's why, if anything, even though this isn't really a good 90-minute demand zone, we do have a new hourly demand zone there. So you see how yesterday we sold off, but then we based down here, and I'll show you without any drawings. We found some lower wicks. We have our basing candle, and then we reversed back higher. Now, we already came back and retested this zone. So what I might do too is I might use this low right here as an internal sell side liquidity. So what I'll look for is I'll look for ES to sweep 57.68 and maybe hold and reverse from there. 57.68 or 57.70. Okay, well, I see a strong level here at 57.80, and that's right at the top of this demand zone. So if anything, there's a few ways I could trade with the sell side liquidity. I could wait for it to break and look for us to reverse back higher. Or with the demand zone, I could look to see if we hold demand and also hold that recent internal pivot. Because if we can hold that, then I would like to see us create a higher low and then take out this high right here and push up into supply. So while everybody might be trying to short today, we might get a little bit of a pullback and or rally this morning. So we're going to be patient. We're going to wait to see how the market wants to trade and react anyways, and we'll see. Lower one, September 18th on the daily time frame. October, September 18th. I figured you were looking at that red one. I'm not a big fan of that one. It's okay. Definitely not the best because we don't have the lower wick. And when we look for supply and demand, when we're looking for a demand zone, we want the red basing candle to have this upper wick. See how long this upper wick is compared to the lower one? We want that lower one to be to the downside on a demand zone, because what a wick shows us is it shows us potential buyers or sellers trapped in the market. So if this wick is to the upside and we reversed, well, during this candle, buyers were trapped. We want to see sellers get trapped and then a reversal to the buy side, because then they're even more trapped and forced to exit their position. Something real cool I want to mention, guys. Talking to Bruce from Bookmaps, I think he's leading education over there for them. He wants me to work on a video. I don't know if they just added it, but if you go to Bookmap and you go to Manage Add-ons, I do need to update my Bookmap, so it's not here yet. But check this out, multi-account trading. You guys can now trade multiple accounts, like prop firm accounts, on Bookmap. So I'm going to be updating my Bookmap sometime this weekend. I'm going to be making that video, and you guys will have access to that. That'll be really, really cool. All right, let's see. So back to the 15. Don't forget, this is our gap fill price. So let's check our edge full stats. Gap fill on ES. New York session. Fill percent 100. Gap downs filled 3 out of 5. And let's go by size. Because right now, let's say we do open somewhere in demand and our gap fill is 0.3. So that would be our size 0.3. So right here. So our gap downs, they fill 56, almost 60% of the time. And I see 3 out of 5 of the past gap downs, we did fill it. So probably going to be looking for a gap fill today. Got to remember yesterday I wanted the market to open. I'll throw the replay system on there so we can see exactly what I'm talking about. So we do our pre-market prep around 8:30 to 9, right? So at this point, ES's gap fill was at this 90-minute supply zone, and that made it too big, so it's 0.6. So I marked out what would make it a 0.39, which is right here. And I said, okay, I want ES to open right here. Then I'll look for the gap to get filled and short supply. Now, if we play it through, ES ends up opening right here's our 930. We opened way below where I wanted it to, and the gap size was 0.75. Now, we ended up selling off to demand, and we didn't end up reversing until a little later that day. But when we reversed, we were able to finally fill that gap. So that gap from the lows from this new demand zone that formed, about 83 points of a trade that would have been if you were able to take that gap fill long. But hindsight, and even looking back at it now, I don't really see any good potential entries I would have personally taken to get to those long positions. Now, maybe we would have seen this 5-minute order block that built, that formed right on top of this demand zone that formed. So if we look at the hourly again, we would see that, okay, well, we had our impulse move, our strong move out of the zone, and then we closed. So now I'm bullish. And then I would have been able to enter on the next candle and sort of hold for a little bit. But that's all hindsight. We never trade with hindsight. We want to trade with our plan and with our setups. So this is what I'm looking for today. Gap fill, not too interested. Let's check what our opening range breakout is doing. Okay, so look at this, guys. Look at this. 3 of the past 5 trading days were all breakdowns. 2 out of 5 were double breaks. So got to be careful with that. Yesterday, though, was a double break too. So technically, because this didn't update yet, look, this says 3-3. Yesterday was 3-4. So it should be 3 out of 5 were double breaks, because it should be double break, breakdown, double break, breakdown, double break. So the question is, does that want to trend, the trend or pattern of breakdown, double break? Now today's going to be a breakdown. Well, we really have to see. Let's check our economic calendar. We have some S&P Global Composite PMI. I don't see ISM PMI at 10 o'clock. Okay, super important right there. 10 o'clock news, guys. Let's be aware of that. And what we could do too with TradingView, which is pretty cool, they have the which one? Vertical line, and we could put that at our 10 o'clock candle. So we know, in case we forget. Let's do middle PMI, vertical, horizontal. Cool. Line. Nice. Cool. So PMI 10 o'clock, got to be aware of that. That is going to impact the market. We should not be in any trades at that point. Let's check over to gold. See all the gold in California. Let's see. So gold, huge. We're actually in an area I would consider longs on gold right now, because this is a broken supply. Look at this supply zone. Supply zone, worked as supply, worked as supply, worked as supply. We broke it, created a 30-minute imbalance, and now we're trying to hold it. So I'm definitely curious on longs here, but I would need to see a bit more strength or confirmation. Maybe if we could get a 15-minute close above this zone, then I'll look for a retest. Now, what I also want to see is if we created any demand zones over that zone too. Not in 2 hour. Nope. 3 hour. Nope. And 6 hour. Hey, there's a 6 hour. That's pretty funny. We were talking about the 6 hour yesterday. Somebody asked. I think it was Ken. Is Ken in here right now? Oh, he's not. But yeah, there's a 6 hour demand zone right there. And he was asking about how to get the 6 hour and 90-minute on TradingView. You just sort of click the time slots, and then you click add custom interval. So that's a 90-minute, that's a 6 hour demand zone there too. And we're gonna see, but look at this now. So also delete this. This could also be a basing candle to create a 6-hour supply zone. But this 6-hour candle right here doesn't close for over 3 hours. So with that being said, I'm going to wait for this 15-minute candle to close, and if it can close as a basing candle, I'm going to look for some longs on gold. Now let's check gold's previous day high, previous day low. That will also help give us an idea. Oh, look at this too, guys. This is a daily supply zone, so definitely curious about that as well. Previous day high is up here. Previous day low is down here. We haven't broken either of them just yet, so we're just gonna wait. Let's check. We could check gap fill on gold. I don't think it's going to be that relevant. 9:30. Where's our gap fill on gold? Let's turn off regular extended hours to regular hours. So this was yesterday's price action. So the gap on gold, gap fill on gold is up here actually. So let's look at the gap fill stats. Now, even though the gap fill isn't really something we use on gold like we do on ES and NQ, doesn't mean we can't check the stats on it and see how it does work. So gap fill on GC, that barely fills. That's really funny. That is really funny. But just because it barely fills doesn't mean it's impossible. But it does mean we can't really use those stats in our favor. Although gap downs fill a lot more than gap ups do. And we could also check by size. And let's see, where is price right now? Let's mark out our gap fill. And let's check our extended hours. 0.67. I mean, that's a fat gap fill right there. Oh, but gap down, 56% chance of filling? That's funny. The gap, the bigger gap has a better chance of filling than the smaller gap. Interesting. Yeah, we're going to be looking for some gold longs here, guys. Once things sort of start lining up, once we get to close on the 15, look at the support that's starting to build here too. 30-minute doesn't close for another couple minutes. Here, we have a new supply zone right here too. Mark that out. 30-minute supply right here. Going to delete this as broken. There's a supply zone in supply. Is a new 30-minute supply within the daily supply zone. So what I would love to see is us to find some support down here and take those longs back up to the supply. Now, when we get back up to that supply, I might take some shorts there. It's really going to depend. I would love a retest of this broken supply zone. 30-minute you guys see right there. This would be my trade setup. We're looking for a nice 6-to-1 risk to reward. That's gold. Let's check out crude. Crude has been awfully crude to us lately, but because the price action has been garbage. So we're going to take a look at it. We're already below that previous day low. That's our open price there. Open price is not relevant right now because we're all the way down here. All right, I'll throw the open price on there. You never know. Crude oil's weird, and we have news. We have PMI at 10 o'clock. It could pop us for a little bit. So we will mark out that open. And now let's break down to some supply zones. Oil selling off. Let's check out oil on Bookmap. Oil key level 66.50. 66.50. It's going to be about 20 cents away for that target on crude oil. Now, let's see. Got to break it down a little bit more. 3 hour, 2 hour. Here we go. So we have a 2-hour supply zone. So guys, here's a great example of some supply zones compared to each other, right? Look at this supply zone. Now this supply zone, I always mention, guys, if you're getting a supply or demand zone that isn't at a major pivot, they're not going to hold that strong. That's exactly what happened. It did not hold strong. But now look at this new supply zone that formed right here. We have a new 2-hour supply right here, and this is at a pivot high. So that would be a lot stronger of a supply zone. So if we're able to pop somehow up here, I would love shorts on crude oil around 68.24. I don't think it's going to happen. Crude oil's selling off like a hot cake right now. CVD is very negative at the moment. Not really seeing it. So we're really going to be looking for gold, which is continuing. Could maybe look for a fair value gap entry on gold if we do want to create one. That 15-minute did close. I'm going to add my alert right here on gold. Do I have one already? No, I don't. Because again, guys, I want a retest of the zone to go long. There we go. Buy crude. All right, let's check out NASDAQ because I know that's what the homies like. So let's see. Nas. Nas has so many broken demand zones, it's not even funny. Look at how crude's holding that key level. That's why, guys, when we're using Bookmap, we also don't want to like short targeting and key level like this because a lot of times we can hold for a minute. If we're short from somewhere up here and targeting down here, well, that's different. But if you're trying to grab a short to scalp it for a target, would not recommend doing that. It can get a little dicey down here and near these levels of support. Now, we got the same supply zone that formed on ES and NQ, right? So we have a 15-minute supply right here. So this is where I would ideally like to find some short positions on the NASDAQ. S15. Now let's see if we have any demand zones down here too. Now I'm pretty sure there was an hourly demand on ES and there's an hourly demand on NASDAQ. So let's delete these old broken zones. Garbage. Previous day low is no longer there either. What's that purple level? Zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. Look at, by the way, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. We did hit the bottom of that channel on NASDAQ. So we're gonna have to see if buyers want to step in and start reversing price back higher. And we really have to see how PMI comes in. A lot of news, PMI, CPI, PPI, a lot of these things have been coming back very, very negative lately, and it has a lot to do with the whole tariff situation and the economy. So it's important to stay up to date with that stuff. And to stay up to date with that stuff, make sure you follow us on Instagram because I post almost daily at this point. But I post a lot of like just like quick little short videos. Oh, I gotta sign in to view it. Like 30-second videos of just like sort of what's going on. You know, what happened? Trump said this to Zelensky. US manufacturing is growing, but tariffs are making the prices a lot more steeper. Stuff like that, just to sort of keep you guys up to date without making you guys have to read like a 5 to 10 minute article. All summed up in 30 seconds for you. So definitely check that out. Go show some love. I'd appreciate it if you guys went and liked that last one that I put out. Viewed it, get those views up. The one I did last week, last Friday, got like 23,000 views. It's really cool. So go run it up, show some love. Looking for NAS longs down here in this demand zone, but we're really going to have to prove that longs want to hold at that point. Let's check the 15-minute time frame, see if we missed anything. Now, we had this 15-minute supply zone. We have some internal sell-side liquidity sitting down here, so I could see us moving lower. 30-minute. Same situation, guys. 30-minute at our basing. We have our sell-off, but no continuation. 15-minute at our basing, our sell-off, and one continuation. So we're going to be looking to see how we could hold today. Look at that. ES is coming to this demand zone now. So we can take a look at ES on Bookmap and look at the support we have down here. Now we might have missed gold because gold is just sort of continuing higher. Now for ES, I might want to wait I don't know. Part of me wants to wait till market opens to take any longs or shorts. But I mean, this demand zone, if we want to hold here, that'd be pretty clean. I'll take it. I usually prefer to wait till market opens to trade ES and NQ, because that's when we get more better and stronger volume. Right now, this could be very manipulated. Damn, gold. Damn, Gina. Small fair value gap right there. Let's use our footprint chart too to see if we have any buying imbalances down here, and we don't. So we have the selling imbalances. Took those out a little bit. We have a buying imbalance right here, 15-minute. So now at this point, we're really just waiting on some candles to close on gold. Look at ES, held that demand zone to a T. So definitely interested in that. If it does continue, I would take an ES long. But again, I'd much rather wait for market to open. Yeah, PMI, 10 o'clock. Right now it is 9:06. 9:06 already. Damn. Day's flying, guys. Day is flying. Hope you guys are doing good today. Don't forget, join in on Benzinga today at 11:30 a.m. for a chance to win a free Apex Trader funded account. It's not a funded account. It's an eval account, but you do get it for free. So very cool there. We have more negative delta up here too, so I'm not trying to go long up here. This is the zone I'll be watching for when the market does open. And also right now, this 15-minute candle could be basing for us to sell off. 30-minute looks like it could possibly reverse. I would take, it's funny, I would take a long here if anything. And then I just keep my stop loss right at the low, just for the sake of sort of trying to take this trade. Why is my long position so little? Oh, right. We'll do pretend 50K. I usually like to risk anywhere between 250 and 350. But yeah, I'm going to wait for market to open and take these. CVD is pushing higher. Tough point here. A lot of buyers trying to step in, trying to hold this key level down here. And that key level was in a demand zone. So I would like to see if buyers can continue. But remember, guys, it's still pre-market, so we're not getting good volume just yet. We have our gap fill right above us. How's our 5-minute look? See our point of controls. Point of controls trying to move a little higher, getting some more volume coming in here. How's our delta on these candles too? Delta's positive on this 5-minute candle right now, so that's good. See, we get a flip here. Some buyers step in. Nice. I'm going to get out of a couple here on this little pump. All right, I'm holding just 2 contracts right now. Stop loss is at the low we made. So now if we open up and we want to keep continuing higher, I'm in some longs from over here. Stop loss down here. I just scaled out of a couple to lock in profit, sort of make it a no-lose trade. PMI still at 10 o'clock, so no matter what, I'm going to be out of this trade by 10. How's the 15-minute look? I always want to know how all my time frames are looking. 15's finally trying to get some positive delta. It is struggling, though. My stop loss is back at this demand zone right here. So I'd like to see buyers continue. I'd like to see this delta flip and stay green on this 15-minute candle. And that would sort of set us up on these longs. If it doesn't, then we'll probably just stop out of these last couple contracts. Yeah, sellers stepping back in with a little bit of strength. Gonna move my stop loss up just a couple ticks, 57.80, 50. New stop loss. See if we get some buyers. I like the buying delta starting to pick up here too. That's a great sign. Nice. Definitely struggling, definitely trying to come off of this demand zone. Is NAS also at a level of support? Not really, but it is also trying to push higher too. Did we mark out NASDAQ's gap fill? I don't think so. Let's check our regular trading hours and 3:30. That's our gap fill. Five-minute did close. Point of control is trying to move higher, and volume delta was positive on that last 5-minute candle. With that being said, volume on the 15-minute candle is still a negative delta. So I'd really like to see that flip. I'd like to see buyers come in with some strength. If we fail, I'm just going to stop out of my remainder couple contracts. But it does look like buyers keep trying to accumulate here. And see these negative deltas? I want to see these try to go lower in size. So negative 77, negative 119. I want to see this go to maybe negative 60, maybe under negative 100, because that'll show more aggressive buyers are trying to step in. But remember, market still has not opened, so we don't really get that strong impulse of volume just yet. If we do dip here, I'm probably just going to stop out for a break even. Let's see. It feels more like it wants to pop, though, so I'm going to be patient on this. I do want to see if we can maybe come up to even 57.90 for a scalp.
You said you want the negative delta for
No, I want positive delta. So the 15-minute candle right now is a negative 200 delta, but the 5-minute we had, the last 5-minute was a positive delta. So I'm looking for the positive delta to continue on this candle, and I'm looking for the point of control, which is this black level, to also continue higher, which it is right now. Look at this. A lot of heavier volume up here to the upside. Prices being accepted higher. These longs are looking good at the moment. Very good. But again, we have to be careful because it's still pre-market. Nice. Wham. Ba-ba-da, ba-da-da. The boys be boys. Now let's look at the 15-minute again. Check the delta. So look, negative 137 on the delta on the 15. Really want to see that push bullish. Same with the 30. Want to see that push bullish. If these can all flip bullish, that would be huge. Hourly, what's the hourly looking like? Hourly is also almost bullish delta, but we have to remember now the hourly candles, we just had 4 red candles in a row, so we're going to be patient. Nice, there we go, beautiful. Nothing beats a pre-market trade. Sweet. Look at that, 15 turning green. And let's check that delta on the 15. Boom, huge. Positive delta on the 15. Love to see it. Great stuff, guys. Good work. Look at that, taking out that key level up here. Wow, it was a good trade so far. There we go. I'm considering getting out of one more contract up here, but this trade has just been so nice. We might rally for a little bit. That buying delta picked up out of demand. You know, got to be careful with it. Got to try to let our winners run. Don't really want to be exiting too soon. We have good momentum behind us. We even have some support forming. And look at the deltas. Remember I said I want to see these negative deltas get lesser in size? Look at that. Negative 112 is now only negative 92. So great stuff, exactly what I want to see. And I also want to see better volume up here too. We have 8 seconds left on this 5 minute. Huge, guys. It's only 9:15, guys. 9:15, and we just caught a banger on ES already. I'm definitely going to get out of one contract on the next pump. Got to lock in some profits. Now looking for it to trail back down, especially because it is pre-market still. Dude, just keep pumping. That's fine with me. I ain't going to complain. Damn. Let's go, baby. Let's go, ES. Love it, guys. Love it, love it, love it. All right, got to get out of one contract right up here. Right here, I'm going to get out of one. Boom, out of one. Holding just one contract left. Great trade, great stuff. Not going to stop out of this last contract till market opens. Holy crap, I found some good support, found some good buying pressure. Look at the buying delta right here picking up, guys. Huge. Look at this bottom tick long. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my golly. Holy crap. That's great, guys. That is fantastic. It is still pre-market, so I do want to be careful. We do have a potential target right here. So that's what I'm going to look for a target. Because remember, we are counter trend trading right now. Volume's getting wonky right now. So I'm going to move my stop loss up to this 15-minute low, right? 15-minute high right here. So if we have momentum and continue higher, it'll let my winner run. But if we do want to pull back, it's just going to stop me out for a win. Let's check that volume. I want to see that volume. Point of control is up there. I really don't want to stop out of this just yet because point of control. But we got to see that volume pick up here. You know what? Yeah, let's call it a trade right there. No reason to hold it longer than we should, especially because it is pre-market. And that is sort of against my rules. My trade rules, I like to take them very seriously, as all of us should. And I don't like trading ES or NQ pre-market. I'd rather trade something like gold or crude pre-market. So this was a great ES long. We still followed our book map. We still followed our trade plan, wicked off of our demand zone. Point of control started moving higher. The delta flipped bullish. This was just a phenomenal little scalp there. I mean, how many points was that on ES? Probably not much. 14 points? No, I got out. It was probably about like 10, 12 points. But still, guys, 10, 12 points. Great stuff. Originally, where was my entry? Entry was where? 57.84. 57.84. So this was my entry, and I kept my stop loss pretty tight because I was looking for a quick move, and it's exactly what we got. Played it pretty well. Now here comes gold. Now I'm not going to take gold long in this fair value gap, well, because we just broke it as I said that, but I'd much rather see a retest of this broken supply zone. Am I in anybody's way? What up, Creed? Yo, yo, yo. We just took some nice longs on ES over here. Caught a quick little 12 points pre-market. Love to see it. Oh, yeah. Yep, I agree. Markets definitely calmed down a lot. You know, I feel like this past, I'd say before the past few days, we've been in like a really weird range on ES and NQ. The price action has been very wonky. But it's
I was talking with a client on that before, and freaking, they were like, "Why have we done basically nothing?" And I went, "Well, that's the markets. I mean, if you look back to November, we've basically given back all the gains from the election to now, which means we're in essentially a net neutral market. When you're in neutral, you know that's consolidation. You're waiting on something to happen."
Yep, exactly. Do you mind making your mic volume a little louder? That's funny. I couldn't really hear him either.
Hold on.
Sure thing. But yeah, that's. But dude, that's great. I love that you point that out because that's something I've been pointing out to people too that I also mentor is that, you know, it might look like on the daily that we've been selling off, But if we really zoom out when we're looking at the daily, we're at the bottom of our range right now, which makes price action very difficult to trade because it almost fakes out everybody to the downside, and then it fakes out everybody to the upside.
Yeah, it's just one of those
Whoa!
But
No, I'm kidding.
good volume. There we go. But that's a very important concept on there. Is that look, unless you have been doing this for a while and I'm not going to say understand, because if you understand the markets, that means you have a totality of it. And it's very few people have a full. Hell, even I don't have a full totality of it. But you start to know ebb and flow, and you understand circumstantial risk on top of it. It's one of those things that unless you're in this, you're not going to understand it. I mean,
Right.
I was working out the risk metrics on a single contract NQ, given the ATRs, and people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to risk $100. The hell, natural risk is $2,000.
Yeah.
On there, but if you don't know that, you're going to get wigged out every single high.
Yep.
It's like right now on the NQ, we got nat risk of about 35 points. So 35 times 20 is going to be right at the $1,300 range, and that's just natural breath. And that is $1,300 of risk in a single contract. So you can't do that. You're trading too big of a product. Hop over to like micros, or hop over to gold, things like that, oil.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm thinking ES might want to try to hold this fair value gap here. So I might take just one contract here. Had a nice profit this morning off of that earlier trade. So that's why I'm going super light size on this right now. Let's see. Stop loss about there. This trade is a 3, almost 4 to 1. So I'm looking for this zone up here to be hit. Look at this buying delta up here too, guys. So you see how earlier we had a lot stronger negative delta. It was a lot heavier red. We flipped that with a lot of aggressive buying coming into the market. There we go. So we found support after I took my next entry. Great. Got to see if it wants to hold, though. We want to see stronger yellow underneath us. That's what creates support on Bookmap. Yep, or else we fail. Definitely considering just not taking this trade. But we'll see.
Hey, even no trade is a trade.
That's right. Cash is a position.
Yeah.
As traders, we aren't traders. We're risk managers, and we want to preserve our capital as well as we can.
All right, we got 7 minutes until equities markets open up.
Nice. I want to see so I also like CVD pushed green on ES as well, which is a great sign. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab a drink. Creed, you mind if I chill around with you for a little bit this morning?
Doesn't bother me a bit, brother. Doesn't bother me a bit. We'll keep your screen up for a little while, and then I'll just skip commentary on the side. Doesn't bother me a bit.
Cool things, cool stuff. Grab a water.
Girls on this. Let me go ahead and from my side, I always give the disclaimer because I have to.
Oh, let me end YouTube real quick. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Do appreciate you all for tuning.